channel. If you guys are new, welcome. My name is Dina. Today I wanted to do this glowy bronzy goddess makeup tutorial. My skin is fully prepped. I will be doing an updated skincare routine soon, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, just make sure you are well hydrated. Make sure you're exfoliating at least once a week because it gets rid of dead skin cells, so it helps to keep your skin smooth and, you know, not dull. My hair is still very much damp because I took a shower this morning. I'm gonna blow dry that after the makeup tutorial though. You curly girls, curly guys out there will understand that you cannot blow dry curly hair right out of the shower because it'll just turn into a big poof. I'm gonna go in with a concealer first. So this is the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. This one is in light beige, and I like to use this first on any blemishes that I had. I had a few breakouts on my forehead, so we're gonna cover those up, as well as any little dark spots or discoloration on my face. Always go around my nose because I get so red around my nose. They say it's a hormonal thing for women, but I also just get red around my nose because I'm always blowing my nose. Allergies my entire life, it just doesn't stop. So when I go for a glowy skin look, I actually try to use very minimal products on my face, like foundation, concealer, powder, all that, because I find as soon as you look cakey, you don't look glowy at all. So next, what I like to use is definitely a more glowy foundation. I do really like this CC cream from It Cosmetics. I'm sorry, my birds are really loud right now because they hear me talking. And the reason I like it is it's basically a full coverage foundation, but it has all the benefits of skincare. So it has your anti-aging benefits as well as your sun protection. This actually has an SPF of 50, and you're getting UVA and UVB protection, which is very important in the summer. The color that I am using is medium tan, and I'm just gonna go in with this Morphe M439 foundation brush. And when I apply my foundation, I am applying it in these patty motions. I'm not rubbing it around like this because I don't want to move around that concealer that I just placed down on my skin. Now I do blend my foundation over my eye just to kind of make sure all the color is even. Just be careful not to get this one in your eyes because there's SPF in it, so it might sting. Unfortunately, this product doesn't have a lot of color options. If I were to choose, I would choose one that's a little bit more golden because I'm definitely very golden undertone, and this one's a little bit more red. But you know, you work with what you have. I do want a little extra brightening under my eyes, so I'm gonna go in with an even lighter concealer, but honestly just the tiniest amount. And this is the Cover FX Power Play Concealer in the color G Light 2. Also, because of this golden undertone, it adds a little bit of more golden tones to my face as this foundation isn't very golden. So just a couple dabs here. Just a little bit in my T-zone just to add that highlight effect. And I'm gonna highlight my chin as well. So I kind of go back and forth between my small brush and my big brush because I don't have a beauty blender, so I just do that because it gives me the precision to use this one, but then when I use this one, it helps to blend it into the foundation. Now I actually don't set my face right away. I'm actually gonna do my brows. The reason for that is when I do my brows, I tend to be very expressive and move my face around, and then if I already set it, then I get these lines on my forehead. And same with my eyes. I like to let my concealer just sit there for a little bit longer, and then I can go in and blend them out again. And I find when you do that, you just, I don't know, your under eye just looks a lot better. So I'm going to be using my dip brow from Anastasia. This is the dark brown dip brow. Actually, before I go in with that, I learned this new trick from the Kehlani tutorial that was just posted from Vogue. If you guys haven't seen my last makeup tutorial / follow along, I will link that above and also in the description box. I followed Kehlani's Vogue tutorial. What she did is she actually set her brows with the 24-hour brow setter by Benefit first, and then she went in with the brow product. So I just thought that was interesting, and I actually really liked it. It made my brows look a lot more full and feathered, and I love the full feathered brow look. And when I'm brushing it, I'm brushing the hairs up because it gives the illusion that my brows are a lot thicker than they actually are. Alright, so now that my brows are set, I am going to go in with the dip brow, and I'll be using an angled brush from Sephora collection. So now my eyebrows are done. They're looking nice and full and bushy. We are going to go in again and make sure there's no creases before we set with a powder. So I'm going to use a couple different products for my powders. For my forehead, I'm going to go in with this Sephora collection 36 Golden Fawn Matte Perfection Powder. The reason I'm using this one is because, one, it's matte, so it'll help to control my forehead. My forehead gets the most oily. I'm not going to over powder because, again, I just don't want it to be matte. I want to be glowy, but I know my natural oils are going to come through, so I'm going to use a little bit of the matte. Plus, this is a golden undertone powder, so it'll help to bring out the golden tones in my skin again that were kind of hidden from the foundation. I'm also going to take a little bit of that around here. Now I'm actually going to go in with a different powder around the middle areas of my face, just because this one sometimes can look a little bit dark around those spots. So I'm going to use this other one from Sephora collection. It's in medium, number 30. It is their Micro Smooth powder. And I'm gonna powder my nose. And then whatever's left on my brush, I'm gonna bring it around here. I don't want a lot of powder in this area because this is where I want it to be extremely glowy, and I'm actually gonna be going in with a cream highlight there. I go into the eyes last because, again, this is the most creasy area of my face. And then I go in and I set. I have a translucent powder, but I have been kind of going away from that lately just because I find it's just messy. It gets everywhere. Sorry, I have an itch on my chin. This is the best way to scratch it. But I kind of like to use just a pressed powder under my eyes. This is currently what I have. I haven't been shopping since I've been quarantined. I just haven't left my house. So I'm using the yellow powder from this duo from Wet n Wild. I only have most of the contour left. There's like nothing left here, but there's just enough to set my eyes. Alright, so the next thing I like to do is actually my eye makeup. Even though I have some more things I want to do on my face, for some reason I bounce to eyes and then I bounce back to face. I don't know why. So I'm going to start off by priming my eyes. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. Okay, so for the next step, I'm actually going to be using a tissue just to kind of protect my skin here from the eyeshadow. You could just avoid this step altogether and do your eye makeup first and then your complexion. I am going to be digging into this limited edition master palette. You don't have to use this palette if you don't have it, because obviously if you don't have it, you can't get your hands on it anymore. I am going to be using this chocolatey, deep chocolatey brown eyeshadow. So honestly, whatever palette you have that has a shadow shade like that, that's actually the only shadow that I'm going to be using from this palette. So you're gonna need a flat eyeshadow brush. This is just the number 30 Pro Smoky Shadow from Sephora collection. I'm just pressing that onto my brush. I'm gonna just tap that off so I don't have too much. And we are gonna pack that onto the lid. It's tough because I can't hold my mirror and the tissue at the same time, so I'm gonna have to be very careful. Normally I would just like get in and get close to it with the tissue, but I have to hold the mirror up here so you guys can see what I'm doing, so. Okay, so now I'm more at the crease. What I'm gonna do first is take my crease brush and blend out what's already there and then decide how much I need to add. So now I'm gonna go in with that color again and then building that up in the crease. Honestly, the trick for this look is just a lot of blending. Just keep blending until your hand falls off. Now I'm gonna go in with a actual blending brush and just soften up the edges a bit. Okay, now we're gonna bring this color underneath the eye as well. I'm gonna go in first with this Pro Smudge brush from Sephora collection. I'm going to be going with this slightly larger brush underneath my eye now. It's called the Pro Bullet Crease number 86 from Sephora. So I'm just going to quickly go do the other eye. Alright, so now that my brown is all on my eyes, I'm going to be going in with something nice and sparkly and gold. So we are going to be using the Mercury Retrograde palette from Huda Beauty, and we are going to be going into Gold Glitch. So before I do that, I'm actually going to layer some glitter glue onto my lid just because I want it to be as intense as possible. We'll also be putting some on the inner corner too. Try not to get the glitter in your eye though. If you're too scared, you could completely avoid the inner corner of your eye and just use like a highlighter or something. I'm gonna actually be using my finger, at least for the lid, and then I may use a small brush for the inner corner. I do want to make sure the edges are a little bit blended out, so I may go in with a brush after, but try and avoid your crease completely. Now I'm going to take this tiny little precision brush by Sephora collection. This is number 18, and I'm going to go into that gold shade again, and we're just going to be using that on the inner corner now. Now the next thing I like to do is go into my waterline with a brightening waterline eyeliner. I prefer something that is more of a beige color than a pure white because beige is just more natural and white is just too stark and intense. I currently don't have one that's specifically for that. You can get them. Benefit sells one. I think Urban Decay sells one. There's quite a few brands. I'm using something else that works for me. I don't know if you're necessarily supposed to do this, but it doesn't irritate my eyes. Just so you know, what I'm using is the Everlasting Lip Liner from Kat Von D, but I happen to get it in this color, which is a very nice waterline color. I actually got this for free when I was working at Sephora, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if this will work in my waterline. And it does, so that's what I currently use. So now that is on, I am gonna go in with my mascara. I currently have the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. When I do one of these glowy looks, I'm especially careful with my mascara because I want to layer it as much as possible and make my lashes look as bold as possible, but I also don't want them to look clumpy, so I'm just very careful. You could use false lashes. I am not going to wear false lashes today though. I just want to keep it a little bit more natural. I'm going to ever so carefully just add a tiny little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes. So I'm gonna make myself look extremely bronzy and sun-kissed because Lord knows I am not sun-kissed right now. We are gonna be using the Too Faced Little Book of Bronzers. Honestly, you can use any bronzer that's glowy though. I'm gonna be going in with Beach Bunny and Sun Bunny, kind of just mixing them up. I'm gonna be using this brush from Sephora. It is the Pro Precision Powder. I like this brush because it doesn't pick up too much product and you can just kind of build up how much you want. So I'm gonna start up here on my forehead just to make it look like I got hit by the sun. And I'm pulling my hair back because I do want to get it right in here so I don't have any harsh lines. As much as I love to be bronzy too, I am very particular about my bronzer. I don't want it to look like I have just like this line of bronzer up here. We're actually gonna put the tiniest amount on the tip of my nose. I am going in a little bit on my cheeks where you'd think I would put the blush, just because I'm not going to be really wearing a lot of blush today. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is go in with this deeper matte bronzer as just like a little bit of a contour. This is the Pro Contour number 79 from Sephora. After I do that, I like to take this brush again and just blend it out. Now I'm actually going to do the same thing to my jawline with that powder. I have a pretty round face down here. I wish I had a more chiseled jawline and chin, but I don't. So I like to do this because it just kind of helps to fake it for me. It looks a little intense now, but I am going to blend that in now with this brush with some of my powder. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is adding just the tiniest little bit of blush to my cheeks. Honestly, I don't want to be super blushy. I just want to be bronzy. But the blush I'm going to be using is going to be actually this one from Anastasia, the Blush Trio. It's a peachy one called Peachy Love. The next thing we're doing is highlighting. So I'm going to be using the Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter in the color Kitten. It is a cushion highlighter. So I'm going to be using this brush with it. It's called the Pro Featherweight Complexion Brush. It's quite dense and it's fluffy. This gives me precision, but it also allows me to blend things out seamlessly. And I do bring it down. When I do one of these glowy looks, I am bringing it down a little bit lower. Not just the top, but kind of where my blush goes to. I'm also going to take this onto my chin. Again, I just like want to bring my chin out and my jawline out some more. I'm going to take this on the Cupid's bow. I'm also going to take it with the brush and highlight just the sides above my eyebrows. I'm not putting anything in the middle of my forehead because that's where my breakouts are and I don't want to enhance those. The nice thing I like about this highlighter is it gives you this overall wet glow. I am going to layer on this powder highlighter, but only on the top of my cheekbone here. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. So we're going to go in with that with this highlighting brush by Morphe. It is the M510. Because I use that cream highlighter, it's going to stick to it pretty nicely. So now I actually like to put this on my body too. I always add a little bit to my shoulder whenever my shoulders are showing in the summer. Just gives you a little extra something something. Alright, so now I'm going to do my lips, and then after that we will set and I will do my hair and I'll come back and I'll show you the full look. So I'm going to be going in with this lip liner from Nars. This color is called Clarence. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I kind of use my finger just to kind of blend it all out. The lipstick I'm using today is also Nars. It is the Dolce Vita. This lipstick has a little bit of shine to it and I think it just complements the look nicely. And now I'm going to set my face with the setting spray from Cover FX. It is the Illuminating Setting Spray. Anyways guys, this is the completed look. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up to let me know that you want to see more videos like this one. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that bell notification just to let you know when I've uploaded a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day.